Hi, and welcome to part 2 of this video series, Authority versus Power and how it's applied in the council manager, mayor council form of government. So what is authority versus power as applied to the council manager, mayor council forms of government? Power can be seen as the capacity to control government action. In this sense, governmental power with the manager or administrator is quite limited. The power of the elected body is significant. If a manager or administrator is ineffective or acting outside of the policies council adopted, the manager or the administrator can be terminated. In contrast to the mayor-council form of government, an elected mayor or county executive has the power to operate independently of the governing body, and the elected mayor or county executive can choose which goals and priorities to pursue regardless of the will of the people through its elected council. The mayor or county executive has the authority to veto a majority council decision. This is power not bestowed on a manager like myself. I have no power to veto or override a council's decision whatsoever. I have no power to pursue my own goals, interests, or objectives either. So turning to authority. The idea of power aside then is to ensure the effective and efficient operation of government. This becomes a question of authority. Authority is the responsibilities given to an individual to achieve the objectives of government, such as the case in the Borough of Bath. Managers and administrators in this capacity have significant authority, authority that falls within a very narrow constraint placed upon them by the council. So these ideas of authority versus power begin to reveal this dichotomy of public administration. In other words, the split role of administration, the work of the manager, and policy, the work of council. Authority resides with the manager to run government operations, and the ultimate power resides with council with how government's goals and objectives should be determined. But is authority and power separate from each other in the functioning of government? Is the public administration dichotomy clearly a separation of energy, or is there a synergy between the entities in the council manager form of government? So what are we talking about? To the whiteboard. Okay, welcome to the whiteboard. We've got a lot here going on. Hey, Chief, didn't see you standing there. Oh boy, already asleep on the job. Haven't even started yet. It's for visual purposes. I think I'm a visual guy. I think a lot of folks out there might be visual. So it might be a good idea to kind of show the two forms of government here on the whiteboard. So we'll start off with Northampton County. Northampton County has a mayor executive form of council. Yes, they have a mayor, more ceremonial in purpose, but it's an executive council form of government. They have the electorate, so all the folks that live in the county, I live in Northampton County as well, so I'm a voter. So we vote folks into county council. There are 9 different seats on county council. 5 of those members make up a majority of the council, and you can also elect the county executive. So, WTF, right? What they fancy. County council, what they fancy could be any number of different goals and objectives, and they have the power to kind of pursue that. But also what they fancy the executive. The executive also has power. So what you see here is the lightning bolts of power. All 10 members have a type of power to get the goals and objectives done for county. So this can lead to undue political pressure, right? Because they all have political will. So the county executive needs to run government in an efficient and effective way, but also reach the goals of county council, but also the county executive can have his or her own goals or objectives. So this is the executive council form of government. Not knocking the system, it is a system out there, but it is interesting to see in recent news, Luzerne County is recently, they're switching over to a council manager form of government. It'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out if you're watching the news on that whole situation. Let's switch over to the Borough of Bath. So the Borough of Bath here, they have a council manager form of government. Again, we have the electorate here in green, a bunch of V's for voter, not birds. Somebody told me it looks like a bunch of birds, but you get the idea. So this is the electorate. They elect 7 different council members, 4 is a majority, and there is a mayor that's also elected, 8 total members. But the mayor is a weak mayor. So yes, the mayor can oversee a local police department. Yes, the mayor can break a tie vote if there's a 3-3 tie among council on a particular decision. But all in all, that mayor can't run off with their own goals and objectives and make a bunch of decisions on behalf of the borough. That's where council lends the authority to the manager, me, in the council manager form of government. So the manager who's appointed cannot run off on his own or her own with their own goals and objectives. How it works is you, the voter, put folks in power, council. Council then has the power to set the goals and objectives of the town because of the electorate. The people hold all the power. So there's goals and objectives. It could be the new municipal building. It could be the police situation, the cost of police services and kind of weighing which way to go to become more financially solvent. Code and parking enforcement. There might be a council or the town in general wanted to see more parking enforcement, more proactive patrols instead of just being reactive, which is what Bath had been for years. So the manager is then given the authority to then run government operations in an effective and an efficient manner to reach the goals and outcomes set by council, who is set by you, right? So you, as the electorate, you put these folks in, we're listening to the electorate, we come up with goals and outcomes, and then the manager is beholden to achieving those goals and outcomes. So again, the appointed manager, can't run off on her own, doesn't have any power to set new ordinances. Yes, I lend myself to the decision-making process. I have my own background and education and ideas on how to assist and further provide guidance to Borough Council. And Borough Council also has their own backgrounds, and they have an acute knowledge of this town, of the people, and what they desire. And that's how some of these goals and outcomes, the objectives, they get established over time. And so this can change over time. As council members may drop off, new council members may be voted on. So the goals and the outcomes change over time. And that's where I, as the manager, or any manager in the council manager form of government, kind of rides that stability through government as the face of council changes. And that is the big differences. As you can see, there is a synergy of power and authority that work in the council manager form of government where you didn't really see that in the executive or the mayor council form of government. So again, those are the differences between the two different systems, and I hope this was helpful. So how do you think I did? Pretty interesting stuff, huh?